Picture Karachi 1956, a city buzzing with hope and chaos as politicians debate Pakistan's first constitution. Yet even as they draft, generals and judges watch closely, ready to rewrite the rules. Why, after carving out a nation from British India, does Pakistan still wrestle with its identity, flashing between democracy and military rule like a restless storm? We're diving into this dizzying chase for a perfect constitutional framework, a story of power, passion, and profound uncertainty. The first chapter in Pakistan's constitutional saga isn't just legalese, it's a battlefield where ideals clash and stakes soar. The 1956 Constitution's birth was anything but smooth, hinting at struggles that echo even now. Back in 1956, Pakistan's first constitution emerged after years of wrangling between East and West Pakistan. Leaders like Chaudhry Muhammad Ali tried to stitch diverse voices into one document, but it was a patchwork compromise tangled with tension, especially over provincial autonomy and religion's role. The constitution promised democracy but sowed discord, foreshadowing future crises. Think of Pakistan's early constitutional setup as a tightrope walker balancing over a stormy sea. On one side, the parliamentary democracy pulled it forward. On the other, powerful military and bureaucratic interests lurked below, ready to grab control if the balance tipped even slightly. This tense setup didn't just fade into history, it birthed a cycle. Weak democratic roots made it easier for the military eyeing national stability to step in repeatedly. Pakistan's pendulum swings between elected governments and generals became baked into its political DNA, a dance with deep, lasting consequences. Pakistan's political story twists sharply when the army swaps uniforms for seatbelts in government. But the generals don't just seize power, they cloak it in law, using the constitution as a mask while they rewrite the rules. In 1958, General Hamid Khan didn't just topple a government, he introduced the 1962 constitution, swapping parliamentary democracy for a presidential system. He styled himself the nation's savior, but this constitution centralized power in the military's hands, redesigning governance to legitimize his rule and diminish parliamentary voices. It was less a new law and more a blueprint for controlled power. Martial law in Pakistan wasn't just brute force, it was a legal chameleon. Generals suspended parts of the constitution but then invoked doctrine and court rulings to justify their stay. It's like locking the door while hanging a legitimate government sign outside. This blend of force and legality kept the military's rule palatable-ish for citizens and the world. The judiciary, the supposed guardian of the constitution, often turned into a kingmaker, legitimizing coups through doctrines like the doctrine of necessity. Judges weren't merely interpreters, they became political actors shaping Pakistan's destiny. This blurred line raised tough questions: was the law protector or collaborator? Fast forward to the 21st century, and Pakistan's striving for democratic stability still feels like a stop-start engine. Each constitution and political shift is a chapter in a story yearning for true balance and justice. After years of turmoil and the traumatic 1971 separation of East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, the 1973 constitution emerged as Pakistan's most enduring legal foundation. Crafted under Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's leadership, it promised parliamentary democracy, fundamental rights, and a federal structure, a fresh start. Yet beneath its hopeful text lay unresolved tensions and political struggles. Then came General Zia-ul-Haq in 1977, layering the constitution with Islamization that upended legal norms and limited democracy. His martial law extended sharply into civil law, curbing freedoms and manipulating institutions. This period showed how constitutional frameworks could be hijacked for ideological and authoritarian agendas, deepening Pakistan's struggle between governance and control. Despite all upheavals, each constitutional twist taught Pakistan painful but vital lessons. The resilience of laws, institutions, and public demand for democracy kept flickering alive. Today, Pakistan's quest for a balanced constitutional order is an ongoing experiment, a story of setbacks, endurance, and hope that any system rooted in justice must continuously evolve. Remember that Karachi scene, fraught with hope yet shadowed by power plays? That tension pulses through Pakistan's constitutional saga, fragile beginnings, masked military rules, and a stubborn road to democracy. Here's a fresh thought: the next constitutional chapter depends not just on leaders or judges, but on your awareness and participation. Try this: look beyond headlines and ask how law balances power where you live. That's where the story really turns. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.